Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto live stream. I'm a little bit confused because maybe even the thumbnail is not going to show properly. Maybe some other stuff is not going to work properly. It's all possible, but if I'm not mistaken, what we have in front of us right now, guys, is it's insane. Let me quickly share this stream over on Discord. I'm at a loss for words right now. I am so extremely confused because apparently we read this a little bit earlier. Yet Jeremy Hogan, the lawyer which we all use for our Ripple/XRP information, he just deduced basically that the SEC literally just admitted. Oh, wow, it's getting. I'm getting freaking, guys. It's getting really hot in here. Wait. Let me take this off real quick. I'm gonna take my shirt off. I'm getting so. Oh, I even played by accident an advertisement on my video. Okay. Let me grab some water. Okay. Let me hydrate a little bit before I tell you guys what's going on here. Perfect. All right. Let's get into it. So this is about an hour ago and is by far the most trending tweet he's ever had. Why? He says, well, that is officially/legally admitted. And guys, I'm sorry if you didn't get a notification. I don't think anybody has got a notification just now. And maybe the title or the thumbnail is wrong for you. Oh, sorry. Guys, I still have to do one more thing. You can most likely read it in front of you right now as we speak, though. Already, I recommend you to do that. I'm quickly sharing it everywhere because I want people to be in here when we read this. This is one of the most fun streams I've done in a little while, and I want people to enjoy this, all right? Guys, make sure you press that like button. It's literally crazy right now. I'm shaking a little bit. I honestly am. Let me tag everyone on freaking Discord. Everybody's got to get in here and say hi. Holy smokes. Read it. You can read it or wait for a little second. If you get the notifications on Twitter from Jeremy, you most likely already read it. But let's enjoy it together for all the people that didn't know yet. Because I was actually planning for about an hour to do a video about crypto news, and then I saw this. Holy smokes. Okay, so I've shared it over on Discord. Now I think we can peacefully get into this one. Request for admission number 99. Admit, this is basically a request, right? This is basically a request. It's not that strange. Admit that prior to the initiation of this proceeding, in response to inquiries by third parties described in request number 99 above, the SEC has never informed a third party that it considers XRP to be a security. Now, guys, if you're watching my videos more often, you already know by now that I've said before that Ripple's fair notice defense is critical. Even earlier today, I gave an entire overview of Ripple's defenses, and one of them, most important one in my opinion, fair notice. Because like Frank, I think you guys let me actually look up the case here. Frank actually got mentioned in one of Ripple's lawsuit documents a little while ago because, well, I got his name here. I got his name right here, right? I got the info right here. He, a little while ago, sent a letter to the SEC, let's see it right here, in October of 2020, in which he basically reached out to the SEC saying, hey, what's going on? And they said, hey, dear mister, thank you for your recent email to the SEC. We appreciate the opportunity to review your additional concerns about Ripple XRP crypto. Please be advised that SEC has not issued a determination on whether the crypto XRP is a security. Whether a crypto is considered a security will depend on the characteristics and use of the crypto. As we have suggested, you may want to review Chairman Clayton's statement regarding crypto and ICOs. This was a little while back, right? This was the 14th of October, 2020. Now, Ripple saw that, Ripple used that to basically question the SEC. Did you make any determination on XRP before you filed all of this? And the answer is, in addition to the foregoing objections, the SEC or the Commission objects that this request is irrelevant because the Commission can prevail in this case even if this requested fact is true. Subject to all of the foregoing objections, the Commission admits that before the filing of this case, certain third parties inquired about the legal status of XRP. However, the Commission did not state a view one way or the other in a response. And of course, somebody asks, Say it in freaking English. What does this mean? Is it good or is this bad news? And Jeremy Hogan, our favorite lawyer, explains this. Ripple's first request for admissions to the SEC was attached to the most recent court filing, which we read. And in it, the SEC admits that it never told anyone. And guys, mind you, a ton of people have asked this over time. It literally told nobody that has ever asked about XRP status that it was a security or that you cannot trade it. Nobody ever has gotten the letter, no, XRP should not be traded or XRP is dangerous or anything like that. This is critical, guys. And I know I'm not screaming like I usually would. That's because right now it's also 12:30 at night. And you guys know my neighbors already hate me freaking to the bone. I don't want to make them even angrier, all right? Maybe one of these days I'm going to get a freaking brick through my window because I've had a couple of times where you get the knocks, you know? And that's already annoying. You kind of feel ashamed, like, oh, damn, these guys are catching me lacking again. I'm screaming in in the middle of the night. But right now I am extremely excited for this still because that is now an official admission in this case. And the judge can literally look at this and be like, so SEC, right? This is the judge's point of view. SEC, if you never, to anybody who asked you, and you confirmed this now, if you never told them they couldn't trade it, then how, and I want to curse right now, how in the world could they have known? And this is such a key part, guys. I'm not even sure if we should go long on XRP right now and go crazy, or if we should just stay by and just idly do nothing. Because if this doesn't convince you that Ripple's going to win this case, then I don't know what will. And once more, guys, I am never telling you that you should buy. What I am telling you is that it is insane that people can still question on whether or not Ripple will win. It's such a crazy tobacco to me that people still think, nah, Ripple can lose. On what basis? Have you read the same freaking things that I am seeing, my friend? Have you checked this out? They literally admitted that they've never told anybody of the status of XRP. This is such a beautiful piece of information. I can almost cry. All right, guys. Let me know in the chat box real quick where you guys are watching from. For me right now, it is 12:30 a.m. We have about 100 likes, about 500 viewers. And that's because we did not get any notification. And you can see it right here. Usually, if we get a notification, we get upwards of 200 likes within like the first couple of minutes, and I don't know, maybe like 700 to 1,000 viewers. Right now we are a little bit lower, which is not a problem, but that's because, again, it didn't have a notification. So a little bit sorry for that. Oh, on my phone, it actually did give a notification just now, 6 minutes ago. I don't know how that works, because you know how the YouTube system works, by the way, guys. You only get 3 notifications of one channel a day. However, I don't know. Now it says 4. And I checked with YouTube. I asked them in the support section. They said, no, 3. So that's really odd. And by the way, if you see yourself, say hey in the chat box right now. It's always fun. At least I always find it fun when I'm watching something. Say hey in the chat box if you're seeing yourself. You guys are all amazing, every single one of you. I see a lot of you guys stop by quite often as well. Your names are getting so familiar to me, which is amazing because I love the community that we are building right here. But oh man, this is one of the most bullish pieces of information we could have gotten ever. Potentially, or for right now at least. And by the way, guys, I am setting up an interview with Jeremy Hogan. I already got the footwork set in place. I actually forgot to respond to the email, though. So I quickly got to do that. Actually, I completely forgot that I arranged something with him. When would you guys like it? I guess as soon as possible. Let me see again. Jeremy Hogan. Maybe I shouldn't say. Maybe I can't. I don't care. Let's see here. Yeah, the problem is they live over on the east coast of America. And, you know, I'm recording this from Amsterdam right now. There's a pretty big time delay, you know. So what time of day should I do? I think she said evening. But if it's evening for them, that's going to be freaking 6 a.m. for me, huh? Can we see more of the admission? Now, the problem is you can check out all these admissions. I believe I know where to find it. Let me quickly see, guys, if we have to go to James Fillon. I think this is where we can find the deeper layers of it all. We go to this right here. So I'm wait a minute. Was it this one? This is from 23 hours ago. Yeah, I think we made a stream about this one yesterday, though, right? Guys, I don't remember. I think we did a stream on this yesterday. So if we open this up, this is the Interrogatories. Yeah, the Interrogatories. Perfect. We did a stream on this yesterday. I believe it should be in the exhibits all the way down towards the bottom. Because here are all the issues with the interrogatories, and because of the way Jeremy Hogan phrased it, I believe that the rest of these admissions should be somewhere near the bottom. However, we have to check it out real quick. Here's a couple of different letters from before. Under seal, under seal. Can I zoom out a little bit? This is freaking annoying. There we go. Zoom it out a little bit. Okay, we got some more requests for admissions. And then we have to go to number 99. What a freaking... See, this is why Jeremy Hogan is also my favorite, man. Freaking Hawk eyes this man has. This man scrolled through every single admission. No, you wouldn't find me... You can't... Nah, I ain't doing that. All right, I like to read these papers, but I'm not going to read through every single one of these questions. And again, I guess it is very interesting, huh? And here, number 99 is the one that's critical for today. Dus je spreekt Nederlands? Yeah, I can speak Dutch. I can speak that, my friend. Georgios, I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce your name, my friend. The K says, Bitboy Crypto just streamed with the thumbnail, devastating news for XRP. Maybe he should have paid attention when I tagged him in this on Twitter. That's the fun part about these things, man. Bitboy, every single time that he says something bullish about XRP, the price dumps, and vice versa as well, which is rather funny. But Tristan says that's why he's an immaculate lawyer. Fair. All right, very, very fair. But this is more important, though, the conclusion that we got for today, guys. So hopefully you guys that are in the chat box right now have already seen it. But once more, request number 99 is basically an admission of to some degree, vagueness by the SEC's part of things. And I guess we can also just go and scroll through multiple of these different things to see, because it's very funny. On a couple of these things, they said it cannot comment. I guess maybe this is one of the only ones where they said, we're not going to beat around the bush. We're just going to tell you we've never done that. And I guess that's because Frank here is the living example, like I showed you guys earlier. Jeremy Mojaro says, XRP baby, hold strong with the $5. Thank you, Jerry. I didn't forget you from earlier today, my friend. Thank you very much. Jack says, what date does the SEC have to give the documents to the judge again, Dusty? I don't know if there's any date for that, my friend. There's still an ongoing back and forward about that, basically. There's no official end deadline. Or do you mean when the deadline... Oh, to the judge, you mean? Okay, sorry, guys. I thought to the SEC, to Ripple, you mean. We can check that out if you want. We can see it right here on the top. Sorry, I thought you were saying something else. So the deadline is the 14th of September, which is 2 weeks from when the hearing was, and then Ripple's response can be 2 weeks after that one as well. So that's pretty funny, man. Then again, guys, I've never been as confident in Ripple winning this case as now. I'm not showing the excitement, which I sometimes am. It's true. But I am more excited than I've ever been in my entire freaking XRP career. XRP career, I can almost call it, huh? Because we talk about XRP every single day. Guys, I had an entire freaking just news video planned. I was just going to talk about every single bit of news of today. I had a ton of stuff. And that's also what the title was before. But then I just saw that you guys were tagging me like crazy over on Twitter. There were multiple different people. I appreciate... Oh, it's you, my friend. It's you. All right, I'll give you a follow back. Oh, you have 0 followers. You share things on Twitter? Whatever. You tag me, give you a follow. Let's see. Jeremy, I think I already follow you, right? Yeah, we do. Good. Because you always... Jermaine doesn't miss, by the way. If you don't know, Jermaine doesn't miss. He always tags me, one of the quickest ones to do it. And by the way, I don't have notifications on for Twitter, I guess. Because I do have... I don't know if I have them on, actually. Because no, I don't think so. Maybe I should do it, though. That would be a lot smarter. That would be a lot smarter if I just put those things on. But this is amazing. This really is good. Wow. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat box. Ripple could lose as corruption can run deep. Yeah, you're right, Jason. You're very right in what you're saying. Then again, I think it's going to be very hard for a judge to play this one off. The SEC cannot... I'm gonna sit on my floor as well. If you're thinking, Dusty, what are you doing? Why are you moving away? I'm going to take a cushion, put it on the floor. There we go. Let's move things around a little bit. And goes sit straight up. Because, man, if you're doing so much freaking sitting as I do, you start to, first of all, feel a little bit unfit, and I don't like that. I like to just stand or just walk a little bit. That's one part. But also, it's not good for the lower back, huh? So I'm gonna just I'm sitting on my knees, I don't know how you say it, like straight up right now. It's a little bit crazy, but the desk is not high enough where I can stand behind the desk. So I'm gonna sit down awkwardly. All right, Will Connor coming at the $5 saying I'm not freaking selling. That reminds me very much of the Wolf of Wall Street, by the way, and that little I'm not freaking leaving. I'm not freaking leaving. But that's kind of how I feel too. Woo. BitBoy is the new water boy of XRP. That's pretty funny. How far along are we? Well, very far. And to come back on that earlier point, which I just said, that a judge is going to have a very difficult time kind of brushing this one off. If the SEC didn't tell people, any company or anybody that ever asked, that XRP cannot be traded within the last 2.5 years of investigation, then what type of investigation are you really doing? And one of the questions which people might want to ask right now too is, so if the SEC in December 22nd, for the first time ever, gave kind of a public notice that XRP was a security, or potentially could be, yet they're not saying it is a security, they're alleging something that it might be a security, then have they really done a good job? That's very debatable, right? Because if they if there's $1.4 billion in damages throughout 2013 or 2020, and they've been investigating this for some reason since 2018, and they changed their internal policies in 2018 and 19, how come they didn't let the public know then of any of these issues, basically, for so many years? I'm going to say that is odd. And by the way, if you're hearing any background noise, it's my freaking fan. All right, because MacBook Pros, they have a really odd fan. I need an extra cushion, by the way. This is freaking awful. Give me 5 seconds to look for an extra cushion. I'll grab it here. All right, boys. I just bit my freaking tongue as well. There we go. I got two nice little pillows or cushions, whatever the frick you call them. What's the difference between a cushion and a pillow? I don't know. All right, we good. Let's see. I need to align these, one for each knee. There we go. All right. This, by the way, this is the real Dusty BC right now for you. All right, the guy who's always fidgeting with freaking things. There we go. All right, we good. I'm still freaking hot, man. It's it's very warm in here. I don't know how much degrees, but it's warmer than freaking Dubai. That's for sure. Holy smokes, man. But if I turn on the AC, it's gonna be even worse. BV says, blame nothing. Just little of news in the big mountain of news. I mean, you could look at things and be like, oh, that ain't nothing, that doesn't matter. Well, the little things matter, all right? I think that's the title of a movie that I just watched with Denzel Washington. Little Things Matter or something like that? What was it now? Do you guys watch a lot of movies? Little Things. Oh, The Little Things. That's what the movie was called. It's The Little Things. But the little things really matter, all right? The fan isn't bad. Yeah. CNBC Kramer YouTube video had like 500 dislikes last I checked from yesterday. What did Kramer say? Was that the same guy that went on to Twitter to state some negative stuff about the situation? I don't remember. Let me see real quick. Jim Kramer, right? Kramer or Kramer? I always like to say Kramer, but then I'm like, maybe that's the Dutchie in me. When your favorite this is kind of wonderful. When your favorite XP YouTuber, just we see, sorry, Attorney General Hogan, shout you out in his live stream. That's my Twitter feed in the bottom right of the image. Look, I made it. That's love, bro. You crazy guy. What was it doing now? Let's see. Kramer. Can we type in Kramer? What's his, what is this? Jim Kramer. Okay, I said it wrong. I thought I said James. Let's see. What did he say again? Because I remember him saying something yesterday that went kind of viral a little bit. Let's scroll through here for just a second. He says, buy AMC. This man is very interesting. What did he say about crypto just this? Maybe it was about the Coinbase situation? Okay, this man tweets a whole freaking ton of things. Here we go. He retweeted this and... No, that's about what I can find. I do remember reading one of his things yesterday, but I don't seem to remember what exactly it was, guys. If you remind me. Roth Boss says, all the judge needs to do is check Twitter. Fair. I mean, you have a point. If the judge were to just take a couple of hours, scroll through Twitter and look through all the evidence that the XP community has found, I think she'd be really surprised and really amazed. Because it's pretty scary. It's pretty scary. The amount of info that, for example, the digital asset investor has found, and the amount of old videos of the Ethereum hypocrisy, it's definitely kind of scary. It definitely is. Can anyone see me or am I shadow banned? No, we can see you, Cryptolio. We can definitely see you. Guns for God says, what did I miss? Well, not we actually. Jeremy Hogan, our favorite lawyer, has looked through the original filing, the opposition to the motion to compel the SEC to answer interrogatories, which we've read. We've read the entire freaking paper, I believe, yesterday on stream, which was rather funny. He went through the entire back end of all these requests for admission. And, well, at number 99, so about an hour or two into reading, he noticed that the SEC basically made a confession that they never told people, never, and that's what they admitted now. First, we were alleging, right? And Ripple proposed the idea that this might be true, and Ripple was trying to question. No, the SEC now said, we can go try to beat around the bush, but we're not going to do that. We admit right now that we have never told anybody what we think about XRP, what the status is. We've never told anybody or barred them from trading in the normal sense. We've never told anybody, be careful, nothing like that. And that's a really major W for Ripple, because if they show this to the judge, she can't look at that and be like, yeah, no, the SEC definitely gave you fair notice. Nah, the SEC really did their best. Because if the SEC had known anywhere before 2000, and let's say, for example, 2020, if they knew anywhere before that Ripple was that XRP was a security, why didn't they tell investors whom they swore to protect? And how can the bill ramp up to $1.4 billion in damages if the SEC knew they were doing something wrong? You guys feel me? So this is a really important part. They shot themselves in the foot. I would have literally, I know it's compelled, right? I don't think they can actually beat around the bush too much. But I would have literally here just gone dead silence. Just say, we do not want to give that like they've done everywhere. They basically say, we cannot comment on such matters. That's kind of the role I would have taken here. Because them saying, no, we've definitely told people that is going to really stab them in the foot, guys. This is going to be really, 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 really important. One thing we could do is read through all these admissions, but I kind of feel as if Jeremy Hogan has already done that right now. I kind of feel as if the most important parts have been taken out of that. But then again, every single one of these admissions is something that you can take a look at and just be amazed by. Like, all the questions are really questions that we as XP community would like to know. It is rather interesting. So, for example, admit that executing transactions using the XP ledger requires the use of less electricity than executing transactions using the Ether blockchain. Oh, I accidentally pressed my microphone off. Sometimes I'm stupid like that. Well, obviously. Now, even though that's an obvious fact, the SEC is like, in addition to the foregoing objections, the Commission objects to this request that it's irrelevant because the Commission can prevail even if a request fact is true, that the legal jargon that they always start off with, subject to all the foregoing objections, and therefore, after reasonable inquiry, the information known or readily obtainable by the Commission is insufficient to enable the Commission to admit or deny this request, which is dumb and stupid. Basically here, the question is, XP Ledger, does it use less gas than Ethereum? Yes or no? The SEC is saying, we don't know. Which is, of course, stupid. That's mostly the tactic and the way they've chosen to do things, which I understand. But literally everywhere, if you read through it, you'll see, the information known or obtainable by the Commission is insufficient. It's subject to... Wait a minute. But yeah, if you just look through it, Commission is insufficient to enable the Commission. Insufficient, because we scrolled through here, I think. I don't know if I did it live or actually myself, because whenever I show a document, normally, I first of all look through there to see what exhibits are available and whatnot. And when I scrolled through there, I think I read like the first 5 or so of these things. Because when I saw this list, because I scrolled through first and then I'm going to read like small parts. No, I think it was after the stream. Because I believe when we started streaming, we found this document. So I didn't read it through it right there. I actually did it after the stream to make a summary. And what I noticed was that it had a couple of, these things right here at the bottom. Yet, once more, I'm just going to be honest with you. I didn't read all freaking 100, let's say 50 of those things. Right? I just scrolled through it really quickly to see if there was anything crazy on there. But I didn't expect this stuff to be in there. Questions here, for example, like, admit that none of the sales of XRP were made by author Brito were sold as an investment contract with Ripple. Those are questions we'd like to know, but they don't really answer. They denied the request. Once more, I would have done that exactly to this admission number 99, but they didn't, which is odd. It kind of feels as if the SEC thinks that this answer is not going to be important to them, which I also find peculiar. Let's see. Don't complain too loud to the SEC. Sterling says, Imagine they go after Ripple and Coinbase, the most compliant US companies in the space, but not all the other scams that are occurring. The problem with those scams is that you can't really find them. You know, for example, a company like Ripple is US based. They know the freaking headquarters, they know everybody in there, they can lock them down, get them. If you want to sue, for example, SafeMoon, who are you going to get, right? Who are you going to sue exactly? What country? You know, what jurisdiction? How's the jurisdiction work? And it's going to become a really, really long battle. And that's also why I believe they chose Ripple over any other easier target. Is because, first of all, they want to set the precedent in the message. But most importantly, Ripple's just transparent with it all. And a Cardano, for example, is a lot harder to get. And Ethereum, for example, is way harder to get because it's actually governed basically in Zurich, Switzerland. And those guys don't play around, all right? When it comes to money, Switzerland is your best bet. Yeah, so I guess really, in my own opinion, that's why they chose XRP/Ripple. It's just an easy money grab. Because I believe as well that Jake Clayton, when he first sued Ripple, had expected them to just settle quickly. And that's also what we read yesterday in Brad Garlighouse's letter, that they were offered a sort of settlement. Ripple denied it because they knew and they were really certain that they would win on a different basis, on a kind of a judge basis. So that's also why I'm personally not convinced that we'd see a settlement on that earlier letter basis. The fact that even though every single party could be fine with some sort of settlement, I think that Ripple wants to go for the full strike to make sure that there's no debate about it anymore. You guys are talking about BitBoy. What's going on? Yeah, are you implying that BitBoy will be proved right time and time again over time? I don't know why you're saying that. Maybe that's a reply to somebody else. D. Pearson says, Ripple will not settle yet. There are many other ways the case could end by the end of this year at Sharpshooter. Let's see. The SEC case with XRP has contributed to the publicity of XRP. This is an indirect marketing for XRP, and why the price plunges, they stack up their portfolio. I mean, that sounds really stupid on one end, because if they really wanted the price to plunge, they could think of some easier ways than an SEC lawsuit like this, though, right? And I mean, obviously, those guys lose way more than we do. I mean, I think there's a couple of easy ways to go about it. I honestly think so. If they really were just smart with it, I guess, they could even just do some shenanigans with the escrow, where they basically say they're sending it to some company, and the company is basically another part of Ripple. I think an SEC loss like this is one of the more difficult things to kind of plan from the inside out, right? Could it be? Yeah, but it's a small chance. I guess if you're talking about the Ethereum and Bitcoin part, there's a higher chance that those things were really just to set up and done in such a short, elaborate way because some of the bigger hedge funds were betting on it. But XRP becoming kind of sort of illegal in the US, I don't really see that as a smart idea. Because some people, Ripple is lost forever now. And even though I believe that Ripple's XRP will be the first properly regulated crypto in the United States, I do think that some people will kind of be scarred for life. And basically seeing this SEC call up as a death blow. So no, I personally don't think it's a smart thing. If it were to be a big marketing thing, though. But that's, again, this is an if. We don't know about that one. Z Orchi says, Dusty, can XRP in the last 3 months of bull run go to $20? What are the last 3 months of bull run? What do you mean with that? When is that going to be? Because I don't know exactly when the bull run is going to end. If somebody claims to tell you that they know, they're lying to you. You can look at the previous bull runs and try to determine how, following some scarcity, for example, in the Bitcoin model, like, for example, things like the stock-to-flow model or some social metrics, you could try to deduce what is highly probable. But even then, we have never seen adoption to this scale, and any technology that gets adopted has a different sort of movement in due time. And with Bitcoin and crypto in general as well, we don't know exactly how the adoption curve will look like. We don't know how, what the formula for it is basically, but we also don't know exactly how bear or bull markets look like in such a newly formed market. Bitcoin has only been around for, let's say, about 12 years, and XRP for, let's say about 9. it's really hard to say how the cycle will form and whether or not a bear run, for example, should take about 9 months or 3 years, for example, or 2 years. What is normal? We haven't really found that out because, well, once more, we're at the first stages of adoption. And that's when the craziest things can happen. We could, for example, see 6 years of nonstop bull run. It can happen. Then again, we can also see 6 years of bear run as people, for example, lose faith in their earliest parts of the adoption trial. It could literally be so. And that's why I keep telling people, yeah, crypto's not going anywhere, but it can really go through a couple of really big hurdles. And so if you're asking me when the bull run is going to end, I don't know. And if you're asking me if in this bear market we'll see a very low price or a medium low price or even a high price still, I keep telling you I don't really know. All I know is that short term, I think XRP is a good risk to reward. And I'm going to try it out. I'm going to test it out because I think it's going to make us a lot of money. But, yeah, I just want to be honest with you, I guess, on that front. I've also gotten a lot of dislikes for always saying that. People say, oh, you're too fuddy. And I get that so often in the comment section, saying, oh, you're too fuddy. Just being honest with you. Can XRP hit $100? I think so. Can XRP also hit 30 cents? Yeah, obviously it can. Now, if you're seeing 30 cents XRP as a bad thing, we're on different wavelengths. Because 30 cents per XRP, in my own personal perspective, is a very good chance to just basically stack up again. So if we, for example, get another major blow to Ripple, I would be kind of satisfied. I would be happy. Because ultimately, I know they'll win. I guess contrarian belief, it kind of is. So let me say it like this. I've told you all before, I would rather have a lawsuit end settlement in about, let's say, 6 months from now than today. Once more, a very unpopular opinion, I know. The reason for this is because every single day right now, I am lending out my crypto, partially on bitrue, which the link is down below. As you guys have seen, I'm doing a couple of trades, and even though I lose some of them, ultimately I'm winning more, way more than I'm losing, so it's good. So I'm getting more XRP in that regard too. I'm getting more and more and more and more crypto. And since I don't need the riches, for example, within 6 months, not even a year and a half, but not even, you guys get me, right? I don't really need it too much. I'd rather wait as long as possible to stack up a crypto for it to have the most amount of effect on me. Because sometimes, guys, I think earlier today, I described this to you guys with Cardano as an example. I bought let's say about 99% of my, let's say about 95% of my Cardano, I bought at 2 cents or maybe 3 cents. I am done with Cardano. I don't need to buy any more ever. I am good because it's above $2.50. So all my coins and all my money that I've had has gone times 100. It has, all right? That's just a fact. You guys can check back. I've made a lot of titles in the past where I'm saying I'm buying 100,000 Cardano and stuff like that. Let's see. 100,000, how much was that now? 100,000 Cardano. I know how much it is, but let's just do it. Okay, we put 100,000 times 0.022, for example. You know that's $2,200, which is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. But right now, for example, 100,000 Cardano, which at the time was only $2,200, is now $250,000 as an example. So from that perspective, since we've been stacking up for a little while, it's also where it's like, well, I'm kind of at a point where right now buying Cardano is really expensive to me, and it just doesn't feel worth it anymore. Where I would still be happy if I had more Cardano though. All right, and that's the same thing for Solana. I've been buying Solana for a very good chunk of time here. You guys know it. I've made a ton of Solana videos. I've even talked about Solana in my Cryptos Are Us video, or a interview, basically. We were talking about how huge Solana is, what the potential of that is. Let me see, guys. When was that? Because we were really bullish in that interview about Solana, and that's also the point at which I bought the majority of my Solana. It might have been $30 at the time, but it might have also been way lower. Because let me see when my interview was with Cryptos Are Us. It's to prove a point. Right, and the same thing, by the way, goes for VeChain. I bought VeChain so freaking low, and now I'm kind of annoyed whenever it goes above freaking. Now that it's above, let's say about 5 cents or so, I'm a little bit annoyed. Even though it's above a cent, I'm annoyed. But now it's 20 cents. When it hit 25 cents, it broke my mind. Cryptos Are Us Dusty BC. Let's see. Let me find it real quick. My interview was 4 months ago. Let's see here. It has about 47,000 views. That's actually pretty nutty. I didn't even know. At the time, my videos were doing really good, by the way. I was getting like, let's say 30,000 views a freaking a video. But this, by the way, is my interview with Cryptos R Us, which was really fun. It wasn't actually to be an interview. It was just an open discussion, basically, to talk about different sorts of things. Somewhere in the midst here, we talked about Solana, though. I don't remember exactly where. It could even be that it didn't get into the video too much because we were talking for a long time off the stream as well. Very good guy, by the way. One of my, I'm not going to say best friends because I don't really speak to him too much, but one of the guys I really respect in the crypto space. Just a very, very big thumbs up from me. All right, just quickly letting you guys know about that. We talked a lot about Solana. This was the 28th of April. Let's have a little bit of a funny fooling around, huh? So if we check around a little bit, let me open up Live Coin Watch. See for you guys. I guess that was at the peak of the run this time around. So it might have actually been kind of high. What did it just say? I think 28th of April. Did I say that just now? I think so. Let's see. Maybe I've already started. I don't know. Let's see. The 28th of April as an example. Solana was at about $30. Let's say $30, $40, right? As an example, $40. So that coin has also gone times 5 since then. But since I bought it, I think I bought maybe Solana maybe like $7 or so a long time ago. I think it was December of last year. I think it was December. Oh, I guess maybe $2, $3. Because that's actually a really long story. We're not going to talk about that today. How I got into Solana. It's a really funny story, really strange story. But I didn't buy it too much. Point being, though, I find Solana right now really expensive. And same thing goes for a lot of different crypto. I was with BNB since the start. I find it really expensive to buy. I don't have that problem with Bitcoin and Ether because I kind of feel the process a little bit. I'm going to say I have the problem with Ether too, though. Because I remember a couple of months ago when I had the issue of getting a lot more Ether or USDT. Again, a story I don't want to talk about too much today. It still hurts me. And I chose the USDT. I didn't choose it, but that was kind of that's the story I put in my different live stream earlier today. Accidentally, they couldn't pay me in Ethereum anymore, so they pay me USDT. And the Ethereum right now would be worth so much that I sometimes cry still when I'm alone at night. And the USDT is still the exact same value. Point being, guys, I would rather have lower ties for a little bit and then go to the moon a little bit later. Then I'm kind of confident and sure I have enough. Because with Cardano, as I said before, I know I have a good chunk, but I still feel like it could have had more. And now that you know we can get to these prices, you know for a fact that Cardano is going to be there to stay, like we do know for XRP2. All we need, let me say it like that, is for one good correction to come, so I can stack up, I can go to the moon. Even though $1.11 is pretty fine, I would rather have 30 cents or so to have another shot. Because every single time it happens, you get a little bit scared. Everybody has that. That when a dip comes and it's too heavy, you think, oh, what if it goes down further? But that's really the key to buying those points. It's difficult, but that's the key to it all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my rant a little bit. I don't know why I sometimes tell these things, man. Sometimes I think people are going to... Because whenever I do that, I see the dislike ratio just go up a little bit. Guys, if you want to help me out a little bit, make sure you press that like button. Just helps out the channel a little bit. And it shows a couple of those haters that there's good people here. The subscriber count is also going amazing, by the way, guys. You guys are all awesome. But yeah, that's my thought process here. So that's basically the summary as to why I would rather wait a little bit more than have it now. Yeah. Let's see. D12 says XP is the one. Read between the lines. We knew that what we held. Yeah. Moon Bentley says juicy news. Yeah, that was pretty juicy. This was. Japoi says all grid changes are preceded by chaos. That's what's happening right now in XRP. Fair, very fair point. Very fair point. Let's see. There's a reason why the news isn't reporting this lawsuit. We actually discussed that yesterday as well. The reason, isn't that what James put up? That is what Jim Cramer, put up. Isn't that what Jim Cramer put up? Or Kramer? Let me see here real quick. If I can find it over on my Twitter. Okay, I'm not really seeing it, but I do remember reading it yesterday, I think, or the day before, maybe. Whatever. So what he basically said was, maybe he deleted it. Nah, I can't be that far away, guys. I tweeted about it. I said, no way. Where is it now? I gotta find it somewhere. I just scrolled past it. It must have been. Here we go, my stupid ass. All right. Proves the point. They don't want to give this stuff attention because they're all afraid. Coinbase didn't acknowledge the SEC battle until they were fighting their own. So will many other companies. And that's what Jim Cramer said. Brian Armstrong, memo to you. Never pick a fight with the SEC. Never. Alicia Haas, CFO, has already started one. She said she had to school Gensler. Wrong. Point being, if you mess with the SEC, you're next. First of all, that's definitely not the way that the system should be. And second of all, that's also one of the big reasons why these guys don't report on it, if you ask me. They don't want to give it attention because they're afraid of what the consequences of attention can be. Otherwise, don't you guys think as well that an SEC versus Ripple lawsuit in this sense is very interesting to normal people as well? You know, even my aunt came up to me and asked me about it. Why? Because I kind of told some of these people about crypto. And when you look up crypto, this is one of the first things that you get kind of confronted with. You get confronted with Ethereum gas fees. This Ripple thing is in a lawsuit. That's what you hear. Solana's been going on a crazy pump. But that's basically what you're seeing right now if you look up crypto. No, El Salvador as well. You can see that a lot too. Because that's one of the things that we were discussing earlier today. Isn't it funny? Social Scooter Guy says, to prepare for ISO, should we get Algorand, XDC, and others, or just XRP? I personally would always say diversify your bag. Never go too far into just one. It's never a smart choice. And I hold all of those, if you're wondering. Dutch Writer says, good morning. Good morning, my friend. Says, bro, why you do this to me? I wanted to sleep. I mean, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how it turned out to be this way, but I'm really a night type of streamer. I guess it's because a lot of the people watching here are from the US, and I, in some weird shape or form, want to just always make sure that you guys can watch when I'm streaming. So that's why we stream really late at night. But I can right now just be cozy in my little bed sheets right now, just chilling, being happy. But no, I go out of my way to go for another stream because that's the way we are. What happened? Well, apparently, the SEC basically admitted some sort of fault of their own, which is about to be really interesting. So just, if you want, you can just go to Twitter, open up the opposition to the motion to compel, and read through all these admissions, but most specifically, request for admission number 99, which Jeremy Hogan describes as being a critical piece of admission. And they basically, once more to summarize, Ripple's first request for admissions to the SEC was attached to the most recent court filing, and in it, the SEC admits that it never told anyone that XRP was a security. Until the lawsuit was filed, that is now an official admission in the case. So, again, on paper, officially, it's an admission. Denny says, can't you filter out those nonsense legal disclaimers? Must be so annoying for you to scan through them and say blah, blah, blah in your head, like I keep doing. Sounds like a great admission for fair notice. And he said, I literally just ignore them and scan to the north, notwithstanding the above objections. That's easy for him to say, but I'm a little bit less, I've read less of these law papers than he has. Because if you read through this, guys, you'll go insane. Trust me, I've tried it already. You'll go insane. It's too much wording, too much legal jargon, too much nothingness. Because there's almost no answers given. John says, so how can they not settle? Just die to the fair notice any reason. So how can they not settle? Just die to the fair notice. I don't know what you're saying. Where can I grab the complete file? Okay, if you go to the Twitter and you go to James Fillin's Twitter, or check mine, whatever you want. I retweeted this, but I can retweet it again. But you can just go to this filing, which is about 24 hours ago. If you go there and press it, and you scroll down a little bit, you'll find it in the exhibits section. So it's pretty far down, but you'll find it. And there's a lot of these requests for admission, which you can read through. Once more, it's hell, if you were to ask me. Gordon says great info should end by the end of September. Well, the problem is, if they don't come to a settlement, which, again, Ripple said they don't really want to do, then the only way in which this could happen if the SEC really pushes on a settlement for some really immaculate terms, or if the judge comes in and says, hey, Ripple, you've won, or the SEC saying BS stuff. But I think that can only happen when summary judgment has been, started, basically, right? Isn't that? Because even if the judge thinks Ripple should win, she's going to kind of pursue things further to figure everything out. And there's going to be some experts right now, which are going to be deposed into questions and whatnot, because it's expert discovery right now. So I think anyway, it'll take a little bit of time. Because first of all, expert discovery needs to close, which is the 12th or 13th of November. Then the files for filing for summary judgment and then that. So it can still take a lot of time. When is summary judgment? After expert discovery, basically. Takes a little bit of time. They need to negotiate. They need time to negotiate. Yeah, well, they've of course been negotiating from the get-go, if you really think about it. The only thing is, if they really are going for a settlement, they'll go into a new negotiation phase. They'll get some new lawyers in that are negotiation experts, and they'll really start talking. However, once more, they haven't done that, and Ripple admitted that they are not looking to settle. Actually, that's in Brad Garlinghouse's most earliest filing to his own employees. Remember when Brad Garlinghouse filed to Ripple employees saying, "Hey, me and Chris could settle just on our own already. We don't want to do that because we're certain we would win." I think that's the thing, though, guys. The SEC really made this lawsuit so broad so that the Ripple would just want to settle and be done with. That's also why it's such a big lawsuit against also the founders. Because they knew if they can really tarnish some of the names from Brad Garlinghouse, Chris Larsen, they might just want to settle instead of fight it through. Because if your name is shit on like this, think about it, guys. Forever and ever and ever are Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen going to have a little cross behind their name for being sued before by the SEC. Now, even though they won most likely in the end, it's always going to be annoying. So if you can come to a settlement as early as possible, instead of 500,000 articles, it's only going to be, for example, 150 articles if you settle really quickly, or sometimes even settle before the case is made public. Guys, that's one thing some of you are forgetting. You can even settle before a case is made public. And that's actually the offer which Ripple got before. But obviously, a settlement would be nice for the price, but wouldn't be nice for the future. We would actually want the judge to say, "No, Ripple, you're just right on things." If we get a settlement, it's like, yeah, we don't really know exactly who was wrong or right, and whether or not this was all orchestrated as a big show or not. If the judge says the conclusion, though, I think that's a lot better, honestly speaking. And on September 14th, the judge is going to look at the SEC internal documents. So that's, again, going to be a very important date. And it's already in the near future, September 14th. Most likely going to be one file for us because it's going to be a redacted version towards the Ripple side, which is going to be public, I think. And then an unredacted version to the judge. We can see the redacted version and we can go over it. But I don't know if it's going to be too crazy, though. But we shall see. Oh, guys, we're almost at 500 likes. If you haven't pressed that button yet, make sure you help the channel out a little bit. Doesn't cost you nothing and helps the channel out. Mark says, how do we know that the judge will be looking at the genuine documents? I'm not that superstitious, man, Mark. I'm not really doubting that the SEC... I know the SEC would try shady stuff, but I don't think they're going to put in fake documents like that. I don't know. I don't think about it in that far of an extent, my friend. I mean, theoretically speaking, it's possible, but I kind of trust the legal system in that sense. I think they have some sort of system to make sure that that's not done. Otherwise, you can always say if somebody's trying to... Because I'm thinking about it like this. If that's really something we were worried about, then it's also in the sense of if, for example... Ripple's ever asked to send documents over, they could always be, "Oh yeah, but all the documents unfortunately got destroyed. Oh, sorry, yeah, it accidentally burned down in a fire a couple of days ago. Who's gonna be able to check it? I mean, if it really is destroyed, could be. I mean, somebody pressed delete on everything, it's gone, right? So that's a little bit of a strange one. But I just believe in the process, I guess. Kiana says, "So trusting." Are you talking about? Is that satirical or is that real? Oh. Jack says, do you think they'll come up with an excuse on the day to delay? I don't think so. I think they might come up with an excuse once the judge decides that these documents should be given over to Ripple. I guess that. Kiana says, this is the government, though. They can't lose, or what are they for? Well, they can definitely lose. It depends on your own perspective. On paper, they usually win, but the SEC has lost cases before, so it's not as if it's the first time around. And specifically, this is newer technology. So it could just be that the judge is going to pull this on out of your jurisdiction. Right? So, for example, if the judge says, Ripple, you've won because it's outside the SEC's jurisdiction, the SEC just made a wrong perception on a not so well thought out new industry, which no other regulator would look at and be like, oh, that's a really big mistake. No, I mean, they just tried. They thought it was in their jurisdiction, and the judge says it isn't. That's not a heavy loss. They can definitely incur that. Dutch writer says, to be honest, the SEC made a fool of themselves already so much during this case. It's incredible. I do believe that, though. I do believe that. That is undeniable, to be honest with you. That they made a fool of themselves, and many generations forward we'll be talking about this. That's a fact. Soul Cole says, do you think Coinbase is a way for the SEC to save face? No, I don't think so. At all. I think it actually is really worse for them, for the SEC, because it shows. Actually, there's two ways to see that. Wait a minute. So Cole, he says, do you think Coinbase is a way for them to save face? It might actually, in a really strange way, be so. Now that I'm thinking about it, Sokol. You know how? Because right now, the lawsuit against Ripple is so stupid that they might want to sue Coinbase to just show the SEC doesn't understand crypto and they don't know what their jurisdiction is and where it lies. Because by filing another lawsuit, which is ridiculously stupid, maybe the public is going to be, the SEC has become old. They're trying to regulate this newer technology, but they can't do it properly. Look at Ripple. Look at Coinbase. Well, if it's just Ripple, it's like they're trying to pick real winners and losers in this one. They just might want to broaden it out with even more stupid cases to look a little bit just more innocent, basically. It's definitely possible. I'm not going to exclude that. Will the SEC have to pay out Ripple? That depends on what the conclusion is going to be. Most likely not, no. Pay out Ripple, I guess the only payout which can happen is for legal fees. It's not as if they're really going to pay Ripple for anything. I don't know what else to tell you. No. Yes, no. It can happen, but not to the extent maybe that you want to think. It's not like they're going to send over billions of dollars, for example. Sterling says, the bull run is from MC leaving XRP at the hands of the lawsuit into Bitcoin and ETH that was clear so that MC could come back in when lawsuit is over. Who are you talking about with MC? Clayton? No, this is Jay Clayton. MC. William him. Brad Garlinghouse, Crystal. I don't know who you mean with MC. MC leaving XRP. Are you talking about the main character? I don't know. Market cap. Oh, okay. The bull run is from market cap leaving XRP at the hands of the lawsuit into Bitcoin and Ether. That was clear so that the market cap should come back in when the lawsuit is over. Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility. They attacked Ripple because of their potential. They chose the wrong fight. That's, again, those are all probable things. We cannot conclude any of that stuff. All right, guys, let's not waste too much of your time anymore. I don't have any other news here. I have an entirely different video that I had in terms of crypto news. However, I'm either going to stream it a little bit later today if I feel like it, or I'm just going to create a quick little video. Or, yeah, something along those lines. I'm not sure exactly what I'll do. Right now, I'm going to take a little bit of a break, grab some food, grab some drinks. Not the alcoholic ones, just some water or stuff. And I might do another stream here soon, but I also want to split those streams up because the problem with doing streams at one time is that people never watch them back. But if they're two separate ones, then sometimes people come by. So I might just open up another stream in about 20 minutes from now. I might make a video instantly. You'll see. So stick around maybe. Maybe you'll see me once more pretty shortly here. And maybe you're going to get a notification for this video. Who knows? We'll see. Thank you all for stopping by and saying hi. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And take care, everybody. Have a nice day.